Sir, thank you for taking the time to do this. If you could broadly talk about what the coordination with the United States looked like regarding the strikes overnight that targeted Iran's nuclear facilities, and also how would you describe your decision-making process throughout this period, going after IRGC officials and nuclear scientists? Talk to us about why you decided to go after these targets and why you decided to launch this operation at this moment. Thank you.
Well, look, let me start with the last part of your question. I decided that we should attack Iran because I've been talking about it for only 40 years. 40 years. And I saw the rise of the Islamic Republic, that is this theological thuggery that hijacked this gifted people, this ancient gifted people who are friends of us, of ours from the time of the great Persian King Cyrus, 2,500 years ago. They were hijacked by these thugs, and they've been oppressed for 46 years. They basically used Iran as a platform to export their revolutionary, terrorist, Islamist ideology to every part of the Middle East, attacking our Arab neighbors and seeking to attack America. Death to America. Death to Israel. Death to Israel was an intermediate step before they can deliver death to America, because Israel prevents them from conquering the Middle East. So they set out, I could see that decades ago, that if they had the weapons of mass death, if they had nuclear weapons, they would very well use them. They could very well use them. And I tried in many ways to block this. Through successive governments that I led, I wasn't always able to muster the majority that I needed or the support of the security establishment. I had to also resist a plan by an American president to do an agreement that I thought paved Iran's path with gold to nuclear enrichment. So in every way that I could, I tried to stop Iran, and in fact, we did stop them. Also by dealing, I can say this openly now, by taking out scientists during successive terms in office and other means that we used. We delayed them by about a decade, but we didn't stop them. We saw that after I gave the instructions to knock out Nasrallah, that basically that knocked out Assad in Syria, the Assad regime in Syria. And now we knew that Iran had lost the other means that they were planning to annihilate Israel with. That noose of death around us, the Iran terror axis, collapsed. And at that point, we saw clearly with our intel that they were moving rapidly towards what is called weaponization. They had enough enriched uranium, because we could delay them, but we couldn't stop them from enriching uranium. So they had enough of that, 9 or 10 bombs worth of enriched uranium. But they needed to make the bomb itself. And the bomb itself they rushed to do right after the collapse of the terror axis and the removal of Nasrallah. Therefore, we had to act. We were in the 12th hour. We knew that we wouldn't have a 13th hour if they succeeded. And simultaneously, we also saw that they decided, after they had attacked us and we had counterattacked them and destroyed a lot of their missile production capability, ballistic missile production capability, that they were actually developing a plan to build 300 ballistic missiles a month. That's 20,000 missiles in 6 years. And you can imagine how a country the size of New Jersey, would it survive with 20,000 one-ton missiles falling on the heads of its citizens? Obviously not. So on both counts, we had to act and to stop this plan to annihilate, this dual plan to annihilate the state of Israel. That's what forced the decision. It happened the directive was given about 6 months ago. And I shared everything that I'm telling you now with our dear friend, our great ally, and your great leader, President Donald J. Trump. I told him of our need to act. He understood it very well. And I knew that when push comes to shove, he would do the right thing. He would do the right thing for America. He would do the right thing for the free world. He would do the right thing for civilization. He helped us a lot in defending the skies of Israel with THAAD batteries here, with Aegis ships in the Mediterranean, with American pilots flying alongside our pilots, shooting down drones. And then he decided, and we talked about it, he decided to act to ensure that Iran does not have nuclear weapons, and therefore that Iran does not have nuclear enrichment capability. I trusted him, and I think that he's proven what a great leader he is and what a great friend of Israel he is. Second to none, and none can compare with him.
Thank you, sir.
Last question, CNN.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, after your military success in Iran, will you agree to a comprehensive end of the war in Gaza in exchange for a release of all the hostages? Did President Trump tell you he would strike Iran if you agreed to a comprehensive end of the war in Gaza? And where is Iran's 400 plus kilograms of uranium enriched to 60%? Thank you.
Well, President Trump didn't put any conditions. This is not the nature of our relationship, I have to say. We speak openly, we speak as friends, genuine friends. And he's a great leader, but he makes the decisions for America. Did I know? Yes, I knew in advance. That's natural. Just as he knew in advance when we would act, we knew in advance when he would act. I think that as far as Gaza is concerned, look, this war could end tomorrow. It could end today. If Hamas surrenders, lays down its arms, releases all the hostages, it's over. It's over in a moment. They refuse to do that. I think our actions in Iran will help us expedite our victory and the release of all our hostages. And that's what we hope to achieve. We think we can give Gaza a different future. Not this repeat that Hamas is reinstated. Yeah, we knock it down, but it's reinstated, rearms itself, and keeps delivering misery to its own people, and then misery and death to us and everyone else around them. So that can change. It could change tomorrow. I hope it does. But I have a plan for a permanent peace, if that's what you're asking me. Yes, I do. And we're prepared to enter negotiations right now on the proposal that Mr. Witkoff gave. We received from intermediaries some response to that proposal. I responded to the response, and I'm waiting to receive a response to my response. Can you follow that? So we're active in this thing all the time. And I would hope that we could gain this platform by which we would have basically a 2-month ceasefire. We'd get half the hostages, the living and the dead, and then discuss the possibility of the permanent ceasefire. And this is the line that I would present in those discussions. In any case, you should know that the contacts are continuing as we speak all the time. We're obviously focused on Iran, but we never forget Gaza. We never forget our hostages or our war goals there. You asked about the enriched uranium. Well, look, we're following that. We've been following it very closely. I can tell you that it's an important component of a nuclear program. It's not the sole component. It's not a sufficient component, but it is an important component. And we have interesting intel on that, which you'll excuse me if I don't share with you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. מעומק ליבי ואמונתי שהעשייה הכי חשובה בכנסת ישראל היא סייעתא דשמיא. היה לנו כאן גבורה אדירה של לוחמינו, של אזרחינו, עזרה אדירה של ידידינו, אבל הייתה גם סייעתא דשמיא של הקדוש ברוך הוא, ועל כך אני מודה בשם דורות של יהודים שחיכו להקים את מדינתנו, ציפו שאנחנו נגן על עתידנו. כך אנחנו עושים. תודה לכם.